You can see it is summer in upstate New York, and I am cold. Here is me pacing around my apartment because it is 70 degrees outside, and I am still freezing. No amount of heat can keep me warm. I will be under a blanket in a few minutes, and while I suffer this fate worse than death, here is a book I just finished, The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation by MXTX, specifically the final volume. Now let me tell you about it as I get my ramen ready to warm me up. My ramen is almost ready, so I'm going to get this as fast as possible. I truly enjoyed Volume 5 of Grandmaster, and seeing the final confession of Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji was super... Well, it gave me a lot of secondhand embarrassment. It's the most embarrassing love confession I have ever seen in my life, and everybody in that room got secondhand embarrassment. But given how our characters kind of refuse to communicate, with one character just not speaking, looking at you, Lan Wangji, it is understandable why this happened. Though I wish it was less embarrassing. I also find it strange, though, that the climax, love confession, and resolution are all within the first 100 pages of this book. I really think that this should have been in Volume 4, especially with how thin Volume 4 was as a book. And this should have been left just for all of the extras. But that's a Seven Seas Publishing's thing, not on the story. The story itself had a very interesting conclusion to the grand mystery, some red herrings, a plot twist, a love confession, and then it kind of just rushed its ending, leaving a lot of the characters left to just mingle around. And the extra stories or side stories at the end have to catch up with the main story to explain, like, Jinling's thing. His parents are the ghosts that constantly haunt this narrative, and yet his whole story arc is left for the extras to wrap up. And there's a few other characters within, like the juniors, that their story and thematic elements are left to wrap up in the extras and not in the main story itself. I really wish that these stories were not left in the extras, but put in the main story as they do continue its themes and ideas. Instead, it's just, the ending is, they left early in the morning. That's it? I will give this about a 4.5 out of 5, as the story as a whole has been extremely interesting. Beyond interesting, I enjoyed it immensely. I love all the characters, and I'm sad that it's now over. I've already seen the drama. I'm going through the translated audio drama, but there is nothing left for this I can take from, and that's the saddest part for me. It is a story I've enjoyed immensely with characters I relate to extremely so, and then just to be left with a sort of rushed ending is a little disappointing. But let me know how you feel about the final volume of Grandmaster's Demonic Cultivation.